is the father of every lie, and right here I want to stay. He has a lot of the windy boasters that he uses for his bait. There's a big breeze blowing from across the sea, and there's nothing he's afraid to say. And as sure as you're born, another set of horns will be placed on Mr. K. You better get out of the way, Mr. K. You're flirting with Mr. D. He's been around much longer than you, knows every trick in the book you see. And the way you talk, you're teaching them to blot the pages of history. Instead of one, we've got two to watch, Mr. K and Mr. D. Mr. K, you stated you were going to the moon. Mr. D is throwing the switch. That's the story of the blind leading the blind. You're going to wind up in a ditch. And it always was a puzzle to me. It has been until this day. How are you and Mr. D gonna land on the moon when you're headed the other way? You better get out of the way, Mr. K. You're flirting with Mr. D. He's been around much longer than you, knows every trick in the book you see. And the way you talk, you're teaching them to blot the pages of history. Instead of one, we've got two to watch, Mr. K and Mr. D. Mr. K, you stated you know everything, but there's a God who had his say. You've never put the stars to bed at night, nor given light to a newborn day. King Jesus, he reigns in heaven above, and he wears the brightest crown. There's coming a day, Mr. K and Mr. D, that he's gonna tear your playhouse down. You better get out of the way, Mr. K. You're flirting with Mr. D. He's been around much longer than you, knows every trick in the book you see. And the way you talk, you're teaching them to blot the pages of history. Instead of one, we've got two to watch, Mr. K and Mr. D.